Hey y'all, it's we're here.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey y'all.
I don't know how, but we made it, and it's by the glory of God. By you know what they say by
By the grace of God.
the great. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. You're doing it by the grace of
You're
God.
welcome.
Um, let us say hey to people real quick. Well, first of all, let me just say hello. My name is Delada Leo. You can call me Jennifer. Um, just got off of work. I'm still shiny. That's a good thing. At least I'm still moisturized. Praise the Lord.
Right. At least you ain't dry. We don't like no dry faced hoes out here.
Sure enough, and that's what I will never be, a dry face at home.
I know
Okay.
that's right.
So this is my younger brother Jonathan. He just so happens to be on his cellular phone device today. Uh
Damn.
which is a little different for him, so y'all bear with him. Um and even further down we have Miss Bianca Edwards Edwards. She's feeling a little under the weather, so I won't require much of her. I'll do my best not to make her laugh too much, so she'll have to throw herself on mute and start coughing and laughing and coughing some more. So we're gonna take it easy. All right. Um, please tell me why this thing over here. I'm about to click the end stream thing. You remember that time where I ended your stream, Jonathan?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I won't forget.
Whoopsies. Anywho, I'm really happy to be here because being here means that I've made it through Monday, and that's what matters. To
Yes,
Amen.
ma'am.
Today, as per usual, is just going to do our best to decompress, to chill out, to try to laugh, try to smile, or at least get out some of the angst of the day. First, let me just say hello to Movies with Justin. He's here.
Hey,
Hello.
Justin. So glad
Hey
to see
Justin.
you.
He said, "Good evening, everyone." Miss Kim, hello, Miss Kim. God bless you. You're here.
Hey Miss
Good
Kim.
evening, Miss Kim.
She made sure to say hey to Movies with Justin. She also said, "Hey, JJ and B. Hello, hello. What kind of sandwich would that be?" It doesn't sound appeasing. Never mind. Though I'm not even
Yeah,
thinking about
because
a sandwich.
the only ingredient that starts with a J that I know is jalapenos, and I don't like spicy stuff. So
You're right.
maybe
Um,
jambalaya. Maybe jambalaya. That sounds good.
oh, thanks, Jonathan. Oh, Movies with Justice says, Kim is in the building. Thank you for coming. Yes, yes, yes. As Kim says, hope you feel better soon, Bianca. Me too.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yo, so first of all, I would like to tell y'all about something that I heard that was low key disgusting. So I saw a TikTok of somebody just did a skit or whatever where a young man was playing a game. Little brother comes into the room and says, Mama said that dinner is ready. Come on, we got tacos. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have tacos. Yes, we haven't had tacos in a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And um, the young man said that they don't have any ground beef. Um, it's not turkey. No. Mm-mm. Well, chicken. Okay, I can do chicken tacos. No, he said what we got rhymes with lizard, and the first thing that came to mind because I eat them is gizzards. And he's like, yeah, gizzards. Like I'm not even. I love gizzards, but I'm not gonna put no gizzards in between in no taco shell. The app.
Right. Why would you do that?
Ooh, that turned me off. I was like, I hope he playing. I hope this isn't based on a true story.
I wonder if he sauteed them or something, because I can't see gizzards with sour cream and salsa and
And lettuce? No.
yeah.
Tomato?
I
No.
don't see it.
Mm-mm.
I see it as a poppable snack. That's what I see it as.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
A gizzard taco. I love gizzards, but I wish I might have somebody to put some gizzards in front of me on a soft taco shell.
No, thank you.
Can't leave well enough alone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all see the confusion on my face? I'm still yet confused. Okay, I want to make sure y'all know that I see the weight loss in my face. Jeez Louise. It's small.
You getting there, girl. Simmer down.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez Louise. Okay. Miss Kim says Miss Kim will be in New York tomorrow. Okay, she's a jet setter going to the Met. Gonna shop, eat. I'll be back home by midnight. Is this like a is this for work or is for like, a little fun little situation? What you doing?
Sounds like a day trip to me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She also says a gizzard taco.
Right.
That's what I said.
So,
um I feel the need to say this um because I've seen it so much in my timeline. Look, man, if you don't like what the people at your church are saying about the events that are happening in this Americas, maybe it is time for you to go because first of all, you knew they thought that way beforehand. Let's keep it funky. It
Yeah.
is things ain't switching up. I even saw a nice African American young lady, a beautiful young lady. She said she left her Caucasian evangelical church with the comments that pastor said. I'm like, so this was it? Well, I mean, something had to do it. But one thing I will say I want to make sure I say it out loud, make it clear for first of all, I am a Christian, a lover of Jesus Christ. And I'm gonna go further into that after this, but I'll say this. Don't let people steer you away from your faith.
right.
Come on.
I know it's easy because these are people that you respect, the of the
Mhm.
faith, but we cannot hold people to a God's tier standard to
Right.
where they would be saying all the right things, they understand all the right things because no matter who you are on this earth, your experiences, who taught you, and your upbringing, where you grew up at, all of that is going to shape who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And if you never decided to expand yourself outside of your experiences and learn, you won't be able to get it all. And it doesn't matter who it is, whether you have shoot, your master's in divinity or not. Look, being a human being that's trying or at least wanting to understand other experiences, that's not that's a rare thing from what I'm seeing.
Hmm.
It's rare. And to wholeheartedly believe your pastor, minister, somebody would believe the way that you believe automatically because you believe, what's good, you know what I'm saying? In your
Right.
mind, you have to get yourself out of that fantasy a little bit.
Right.
You have to keep it real with yourself. You have to trust the things that you've seen with your own 2 eyeballs, okay? The things that you've heard
Mm-hmm.
with your own 2 ears.
Hmm.
And my only concern out of it all, I'm not upset about people leaving to preserve their peace. My concern is people that's saying, "So this is what God." No, 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 no. That's not God. Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, 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 no. That's that person. Okay? So don't stop connecting with your Lord and Savior. But there are people on this earth that don't deserve your full heart, you know?
Absolutely.
So put that in God's hands rather than a person from this earth. One thing I love that Bishop, oh Jesus, Lord have mercy, Bishop Dennis Martin said, he said, don't put your trust in man,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
trust in God.
Right.
Because that's the pathway. Trust that God has the right people in your life and lean on Him for that guidance on who to have in your life.
Right.
Don't fully put your trust in people. These people that's up on this panel, I love. Okay. One thing I can say, I'm not gonna put nothing past them because they human too.
Right.
But and I'm understanding and all that good stuff. But one thing I can say is that the feeling that I have when I'm with them, that's what I feel that comes from my Lord and Savior, the Holy Spirit, my discernment, letting me know that I'm in the right space.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I trust that God has me with the people and where I need to be. Whew, Lord, comments. Um, Movies with Justin says, Kim, take some pictures tomorrow. It's giving Sex in the City. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, it is a PTO day trip. Come on, you better enjoy yourself.
That's what's up.
I love it. As Kim says, pastors Howard, John Weasley, and Jamal Bryant held nothing back. And one thing I will say, I agree with you. Though I still have a little bit of a side eye for Jamal Bryant because I know he wants to be in that space. But, I can't fault him. He's saying what needs to be said, in my opinion,
Hmm.
because not everybody needs to hear the same thing the same way. Okay?
Right.
Right.
And he's somebody that's delivering things in a way where a good number of people in the African American community need to hear it. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Movies with Justin says, what are you saying is on time for me? Oh, that's good. I've been struggling with faith in people. And you saying I should put my faith in God. I needed that.
Amen.
Yo, I'm telling you, when I just heard it like 2 years ago, and it really opened my mind up to what trusting people can look like.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And a part of me is always looking like, when's the shoe gonna fall? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When am I gonna find out the thing that makes me say, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. We can never give man or give God level expectations to people. Like we just can never do that at all. So as long
Yeah.
as you don't do that, you won't get disappointed. I mean, you still might get disappointed,
Oh, of
but
course, because it's human beings.
right. But you can't give them God level expectations. That's never going to work out for you.
And I will also say this, um, the times where God said, "This is not a person for you anymore," He made it easy for me to be like, "Yeah, no." And it wasn't heartbreaking. It's like you could see it clearly because God just gives the eyes, lets you see what's right in front of you. He gives you the discernment. And for me, the way that it starts is that my taste buds for them start like deteriorating. Like, mm.
Mm,
And it's like it makes it difficult for me to start caring. And it's like, you know, things get dissolved. And I don't ghost people. I try my best to have a conversation, but
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not heard, then, well, that's life.
There's that.
Um, thank you, Bianca. I really appreciate that one. Miss Kim says Jamal Bryant has good intentions, but I believe he wants to get to a certain level. He's struggling between his faith and worldly recognition. I believe that's exactly how I feel, Miss Kim. That's
mm,
exactly how I feel about him. That's why I teeter totter when it comes to Jamal Bryant. I believe he means well for sure, but
absolutely.
I believe he has a huge desire as well to be where he wants to be, and sometimes the lines can get muddied with that. Um, Bianca, what were you thinking about the things I was saying today?
No, I absolutely agree. I never well, I don't want to say I don't understand, but I always have faith in people to a certain extent because they aren't God. So I can't expect them to be just this perfect person all the time. So I always say, you know, have faith in people. However, just still know that they are human. They're not
Right.
God. So they can mess up. Something can happen. and you can be disappointed.
Yeah, I think we also need to try to like fight the fantasy of who we want somebody to be.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Because when they're not showing that, we can't give a grace that doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
So we have to kind of like keep it we have to keep it real. We can want the best, but we have to keep it real with what this person is and who they are and quit acting like they ain't who they is.
Right.
Agreed. Mhm.
We have a wonderful guest, the most beautiful Mr. Drayton Michael. Michael Drayton.
What's going on, Mike?
Hey,
He says hello,
Michael.
family. Love you, Michael. Um, Auntie Robin, she was asking about you. Just wanted to make sure you're good. All right. Miss Kim says, I'm watching this latest marriage with a side eye because Jamal will cheat. Ciao. I okay, can I give my opinion, Jesus? I feel this is a marriage of convenience.
Mm.
I feel like they have companionship. I feel like they are true friends and cool, but I believe it's just a moment. And I also believe it's something to help dissuade his playboy lifestyle look, I guess. Because even the way that it came about, it just didn't, yeah, it didn't. You know how it is
Yeah.
with people in love. It just didn't look like that. It looked like you would, let's get married, homie. Okay. That's what it looked like to me. Not saying that
Mm.
that's bad. People can do what they want to do.
Right.
And
Because as
As long
long
as
as
and
you're
you're not,
setting expectations from the get-go and no one's getting fooled in the process, then, all is well.
and as long as you're not hurting anybody, you know,
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
two adults together. So I would never say that that's wrong, but they just doing what they're doing. God bless.
Hmm.
Uh, Drayton Michael says, "Have you guys spoke about the mahogany situation?" Of course,
Yeah, we
of
talked about it
course.
on JoJo's Speaks this past Thursday. For sure. For sure. It was
But
a
the
mess.
the consensus is yes, it was a mess, and um, it's just one of those many churches full of mean, hateful people.
Hmm.
So that's led by a woman that's mean and hateful that desires to. You know how when you mean and surly towards somebody, but expect them to do right by you
Hmm.
after you've
Mhm.
been mean and surly. That's what that is, and
Yeah.
it's disgusting. You know, they had to take down their whole church Facebook.
I heard my mama told me that when they had Bible class, they had to stop the Bible class because of all the hate comments that they were getting.
I
Well,
remember people showed up.
Okay.
look, you get what you give,
Mhm.
and if anybody should know that or live by that, it should be that church or any church. So,
Hmm.
and especially with how they use those Bible verses in the midst of trying to rebuke, using those Bible verses to justify what they were doing to make it right. No, it says in the Bible that you're supposed to be doing that behind closed doors.
Right.
Hmm.
So yes, they not only are mean and surly, but they don't know they're not rightly dividing the word of truth. So that might not be the church for anybody. Okay, what else did I want to say? I wanted to talk about my journey because I saw somebody else that said I don't want to call myself a Christian anymore, and it's
Mm.
like I was at that space about 2 years ago for sure. No, not two, maybe about 3, 4 years ago. I did not want to refer to myself as a Christian for a while, for a long time, because of how Christians were acting, and I did not want to be, you know, grouped in that. And an old friend of mine said, "Go is go ahead and say that you're a Christian, so you can show them what a true Christian can be." I was like, you know what? That makes a whole lot of sense. So I say that I'm a Christian. So through my actions, who I am, how things work, how I do things, how I talk about things, you can see the kind of Christian that I am.
Hmm.
Right.
Um, I do my best. Yo, I saw somebody said I'm a red letter Christian, not a red hat Christian. I said,
I like that.
Mhm.
"Hey, that was kind of like fire." I like that. Um, but yes, I'm not that kind of Christian, and I will continue to call myself a Christian to show you what a Christian can be. I'm not going to say that I am every Christian, like I'm every woman. I'm not saying that, I'm the Christian, the Christian gold standard, you know what I'm saying? But all I know is that I follow Christ, and that's what a Christian is. And if you call yourself a Christian and you're not exactly following his teachings, then maybe you're calling yourself the wrong name, but I know what I am.
I know that's right.
Anywho, um, um, Mr. Drayton says, uh, they try to make the swerve, that Bible verse, yeah, to fit what they're saying. Yeah, that
Hmm.
that's what people like that do a lot, especially when you're doing something that's wrong, but you want to justify what you doing. I'm in church, so let me sprinkle a Bible verse into all of this carrying on so that I can still, look like I'm right. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
no, mm-mm. No, that one didn't work for me at all. I could hardly watch it. When we showed it on Jonathan's show, he actually showed the clip of it.
Hmm.
I had to take my headphones off. I didn't want to hear what that woman was saying.
Yeah,
No, thank you. Mr. Drayton says you got to know God for yourself. Exactly.
exactly.
And when you know God for yourself, I think it's not. I think I know it certainly helps you with your discernment and what God is to you and who God is to you. And when somebody on that pulpit shows you something different, you're emboldened to act and go instead of keeping yourself under somebody that doesn't align with your thoughts and how you feel things are. There's plenty of
Hmm.
churches that would align with how you feel.
Right.
There's no need to stay up under any pastor that is not for you. And I don't care how many times they told you that God brought you here. You talk to God. You know
Hmm.
how you feel. Why don't stay. Um, Michael Drake says, some people try to make the Bible twist and swerve around. That's what they saying or doing. Exactly. Um, Movies with Justin says, I like that, Jennifer. Let them deal with being fake Christians. The devil is watering down what being a Christian is, but he won't win. You got that right.
Oh.
Jennifer, I saw the video that Charlie's wife put out, and I only watched like half of it because I really couldn't take like much more after a certain point. But the fact that she talked about how much he loved God and how his faith was such a big part of his life, and I'm like, this don't make sense, at least in my mind, because for you to, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I just want to say, like, for him to be known for what he's known for and to still spout that he's a Christian, to me, it sends the wrong message to the world. That's just my personal opinion. Um, and I feel as though it makes people think, well, is that how all Christians think? Because we don't all think the same way, just like all Black people don't think the same way, all white people, all LGBTQI plus people. Like, we're not all the same. So just don't put us in that same box, because his speech sounds like there's hate attached to it. And there's no hate in what God wants for anyone. And
Y-
I just want to leave that there.
You know what's crazy to me is that people are at a space right now saying, so he's being hated on for his opinion.
Yes.
But the problem is, though, his opinions sound like Black women don't have the intelligence to do the jobs that they're hired for.
Women in general.
That's an opinion of his. And the things that he's saying, a lot of the things that he's saying can be proven by factual, actual studies that have been done. So it's difficult for me to care. I'll say it that
Exactly.
way. It's really, and I'm gonna let everybody else do the fussing and fighting about that man.
Come on.
Right. And I think when people don't hear mournfulness in reaction to someone's death, and people are saying certain things that make it sound like they're happy that he's no longer here, we're not celebrating him. We're just calling out facts. We're just calling out the reasons why we may not care that he's no longer here, or why we may not feel in our hearts, something about him no longer being here. It's like we're not celebrating. We're just stating the facts as to why we're not feeling the way that his supporters are feeling. I guess that's the best way to put that.
Well, it's difficult to care about whether he's talking or not because he didn't feel as if I had any right to do so myself.
He didn't feel
So
like we mattered, period.
so why would I all of a sudden out of nowhere have some kind and see that's that fake stuff right there.
Hmm.
That's that fake Christian stuff that
Mhm.
we just gonna act like okay. I love how comedians always talk about how when the biggest kingpin on the block have their obituary read at their funeral, and they said he received Christ at the ripe age of 15 years old.
Girl, bye.
Like, we're not gonna rewrite history, and I'm not gonna fight anybody that would like to stay blind to the history that didn't affect them. I
Come
think
on.
that's
Right.
another thing too. A lot of people are saying these things because it never affect them in life. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me
Exactly.
that he said this, so why are you upset?
I'm upset because it did bother me.
Exactly. And if you're not going to acknowledge the fact that I was bothered, then why should I even like go back and forth or even talk?
Go on
What's
about
the
your
point?
business, sir and
As I will
ma'am.
go as I will go along, man.
Okay.
That's why I love the clarion call from the ancestors. Sit down and continue to sit down. Don't you stand back up.
Come on.
Have a seat. Be still and let them figure it out themselves. Because I
Most
truly
definitely.
believe the bulk of the outrage right now is the simple fact that we're not outraged.
But why should we be? First off, they already tried to put everything on one of us in the first place. And then he said that he didn't care if a few people was pow in the process. So hey, you got your wish.
Merry
Not
Christmas.
trying to be funny, but
If
you
if you
spoke
live
it into existence.
if you live by the sword, you're gonna go to glory by it.
Yep.
That's exactly what I said when I found out that happened. But people are gonna feel the way that they wanna feel.
And they're
Um,
entitled to that feeling.
but I'm not going to be try to be
Don't mean I
guilt
have to
trip.
hear about it.
Exactly. You're not gonna try to guilt me. Well, he went to glory and child, I'm even finding out that they're talking about his children were there. I'm finding out his children weren't.
Mm.
They were.
That's what that's one source I heard they weren't. So it's like
Surprise, surprise.
it's a lot of stories being told, and once again, I think it's a whole big scheme. I'm not even
Mm.
gonna put Todd name in it because I do, but I do still feel it's a scheme above Todd's grade
Right.
that was put out so that we could have something. They could have something else to talk about outside of the things that are making them look crazy.
No, that's
Mhm.
a fact because the article went out on the 9th and it happened on the 10th.
Mhm.
Anywho, Michael said, "I wish she hugged me. I would have I would have a real reason for her."
Okay.
Listen.
No, that would have been a hug of a lifetime. Michael says, "A Christian must mean numerous things if she thinks her husband was a Christian."
Okay.
I'm telling you, we can't discount actions. We
Mm-mm.
can't
No.
we can't act like those things never happened or those things were never said, which is why once again I just keep my mouth shut and just not talk about it because I'm not going to act like that. Anyway, Miss Kim says someone on TikTok referred to CK as a man of God. Yeah, I heard. I left a comment. What God was he a man of? Surely not the God of the Holy Trinity, not my Holy
Okay.
Trinity.
Not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay.
Not my God that's sitting on a throne right now as we speak, looking down on Satan. My comment. She said her comment was deleted. Yeah, surprise, surprise. Um,
Mhm.
Movies with Justice says he advocated for the access to pew pews that took him out exactly, and managed to offend everyone he could. Actions have consequences. And you know what's funny? It's like they want so much for it to be the actions of somebody that's like an enemy, but the call was coming from within their home.
Mm.
Mhm.
Michael said it's a scheme that Donald put out to come to us with the BS.
Come
For real, Michael. For real.
on.
That's the tea, honey.
Okay. And to be honest, for all we know, it's his handlers and not even him. Cause I can't imagine him being lucid enough to come up with a plan. And
Right.
Imma leave that there. But anywho, yeah, for a while, I didn't want to be referred to as a Christian. I just said I'm a lover of Jesus Christ, but I made sure to put that back. I am a Christian, and I'm proud to be one. I'm not like one of them, but I'm not me, okay? The kind that lives in this earth, but is not of this earth. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't ignore the this whole thing that they're trying to put out how the church or how Christians is basically supposed to forgive everybody, like wipe the slate clean. I'm not Jesus.
That's not my job.
No.
And then let's keep it real. I want to take this slow. Did he ask for forgiveness?
I was just about to say
Boom.
that, Jennifer. I was just literally just about to say that.
So I'm supposed to bless him with it? Because when we go to Christ for forgiveness, we say, Lord, please forgive me of my sins. And that's who the one that can wipe it out.
Right.
I'm living on this earth. He ain't asked me nothing. So God bless. And even if he did, I
Do
would
like
never,
Dionne Warwick and walk on by, child.
'cause it's not easy to just know that these deplorable things came out of your mouth with all of your chest. Even if you said, "I was just saying it for the attention." The fact that you felt comfortable with doing it in the first place with people with cameras, with microphones, with huge audiences. Child,
Don't ask me a F thing.
Okay.
not one. Miss Kim says Cankles has been coming to us with the BS. I believe it. I believe it. But more his people. Um, movies with Justice says, Kim! um, Miss Kim says CK didn't believe in empathy. Exactly. So how am I supposed to bless him with it if he doesn't want it?
Right.
Right.
That's another thing. Oh, that's so crazy to me. They just want people just want things to be a specific way. And then
Their
when they
way.
at their way, and when they see everybody else deciding to do what they want to do instead, people feel away. You know what I did all weekend?
What's that?
I listened to a bunch of go-go bands because there was a bunch of free concerts going on out in the DC area, and we were looking at live feeds of go-go bands just grooving, and also we saw marching bands, we looked at football. I really enjoyed my weekend of peace.
Come on. Peace.
It's the
peace
key word.
and things that make me happy,
Hmm.
you know?
Mhm.
And to think that other people want you to delve yourself into other people's issues and problems. Like they want you to feel sorry for that woman that's that messed up billions of dollars worth of jobs down here in Georgia.
Explain it to them billions of dollars they got messed up.
Oh, okay. They were saying even the president tried to, hey, y'all can, we sorry. Y'all can come on back. All it took is one random woman.
Mm,
Did you know she was running for Congress?
that's not surprising.
Right.
She thought she was about to do her big one so she can get bought in.
Hmm.
Now her constituents can't get a job.
Okay. Girl, you
Hmm.
thought.
You, child. So, I give God the glory for peace. I give God the glory for knowing who I am.
Hmm.
The problem with not knowing who you are is when things like this come up, it's easy for people to sway you
Mm-hmm.
into who they want you to be, who
Hmm.
they how they feel you should be reacting. But when you know who you are and whose you are, I can easily say no.
Right.
I'm not gonna act this way towards that person. I know how I feel about him. And I can be respectful and not say anything disgusting
Hmm.
or laugh out loud outside of the comfort of my home. But you, you're not going to take me there. That's what's not going to happen. Miss Kim says she was running unopposed, but someone has filed papers to run against her. And let me tell you something. Them South Koreans are digging in her A word. You hear me?
I
Mm-mm.
can imagine.
Because now I'm not saying that they ain't got nothing better to do, but they have a lot of time for her. Yeah, it's like consequences. I feel like those people are feeling more consequences than they ever had before,
Hmm.
but they still want to blame everything on people that they don't like.
Hmm.
Right.
And these are your actions. These are the things that you've decided to do. These are the things that you've opened the door for. Oh well. And I'm happy to say, oh well, I'll say this out loud as well. Anybody that's concerned about this country, this world, you're living and all that good stuff, you have a right to be concerned. But let me tell you this: as long as you put your hand in the hands of the man who steals the water,
Mm.
putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee, okay?
Who
He even
calmed the
calmed the
sea?
sea, okay?
Yes.
I want you to take a look at yourself. You could look at others differently by putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. That's
From
it.
Galilee. That's
Let me tell
right.
you something. As long as you continue to put your faith and trust in God, continue to give Him your concerns and issues as life goes by and things happen outside of your house, continue to ask God for protection. Continue to ask God for protection. Continue to ask God to continue to provide for you. And I promise you, because in these times, we should have been doing things horribly. We should have been doing horribly, but we're fine. And you will continue to be fine as long as you continue to guard your peace, ask God for protection, and keep it pushing forward. What you smiling for, Jonathan?
I'm just rethinking that entire episode of Family Matters. Like, it's calling out the pastor's toupee, you know what I'm saying? Rachel with the harmonica trying to get his pitch right. And he was like, mm. I'm sorry. It was that episode is forever hilarious to me.
Oh, so what Michael said, I'm not gonna put up here, but I'm gonna read it heavily edited. He says the Mr. Floyd did not go to glory due to a knee in this region right here, but due
Mm-hmm.
to an overdose. That's what that man was saying about him.
Mm-hmm.
You're stupid.
Okay. Um, the knee on the that's actually a technique that officers are trained to do. Someone someone on, the TikTok said he didn't go to glory by a shooter. He d he went to glory by a bullet,
Because that's how he sound.
which is a
Mm-hmm.
trained technique done by people who pew pew.
Come on.
Oh my god, that's a good one. That is a good one. But it's like if you wanna trivialize it, we could do it too, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna continue to, search for my peace. But I hate that there's so many African American men and women that came from their church services on Sunday disappointed and decided, like, to leave during the service or decided never to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I would have done, y'all.
But at the end of the day, it is a good thing because they found out something that they may not have known before that happening.
Mhm.
So I
May
see
have
that
not
as a
decided
victory,
to
to be
look at.
honest. Right. I see that as a victory, to be honest.
Yeah. I do too. You're right.
It is sad that they had to find out that way, but I'm still glad that they found out that way.
As
Right.
long as they found out.
Now they know.
Yeah, so they can start
Right.
their process. That's another thing. I just keep on saying, like, find him for yourself. Find him for yourself. Then there will be no pastor that'll be able to get over on you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I say there's nothing wrong with leadership, but we still need to be very much so discerning and following Christ in that decision. Just because you came to a church and the people at that church said you need to be at this church, that does not necessarily mean that you need to be at that church. It means you need to pray harder
Right.
so that you can make your decision. I remember one of the last churches I went to, it was to visit a friend. I wasn't looking for a church, so, but unfortunately, I become a little bit church bougie. Don't mind me. Um, and the pastor was pretty much saying a bunch of the stuff that you say to a church where you want them to get riled up. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, you know, the regular stuff. If it had not been, when I think about Jesus, it's I heard no personality. I heard nothing new and nothing fresh.
Mm-hmm.
No
Nothing.
teaching.
Yeah, I heard nothing coming from the depths of his studying and personal worship. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I know what that sounds like. It doesn't sound like what everybody else says. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yes. Come on now. Michael said, "Things should be done in decency and in order." Absolutely.
And they
Right.
was clearly out of order.
But, we can't put that much on people, which is why I wouldn't stay. Because, wow, you're lacking in this area. I'm gonna go and leave it there. That's how I feel. But this is certainly a trying time for a lot of Christians. It isn't trying for me. I just feel sorry for a lot because, once again, when you have a view of who you are in Christ, it's not easy. It's difficult for anybody to try to push you away from that or push you off of that stance. And to see so many Christians saying, "I'm wavering in my faith right now," and I say out loud, and I put in those comments, "You're wavering because of people. What did God say?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
What did God say? Did God tell you you're going to hell? Did God say that I support this? Is that what the Lord is saying to you right now?" And since okay, I'm not gonna go any further because now I would actually take that political, and I don't need to do so. But I don't believe it needs to be in the church at all. But when people are wronged, either you're not gonna talk about it or you got to stand up against the negativity. And I just don't like the thought of pastors, especially black pastors, trying to make it seem like we need to turn the other cheek towards somebody that wanted us dead. So, to God be the glory. I pray that everybody continues to connect with Christ for all that they need.
Hmm.
God will bring you the people, He will bring you to where you need to be, He will usher you to the open door, He will do all those things. But if you decide to start trusting in some man that believes that they have the answers, whether they're on the pulpit or not, you're going to lose your way. And
Yeah.
that's because it's going to be okay for a while. And then you're going to see, you know what? Something's not right here.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So trust that God has you. And if there's any concern, if there's any issues, go ahead and call Jesus.
Hmm.
For he's been on the main line for a long time. He's been on the main line for your ancestors, your mother's mother, your mother's mother's mother. So let him answer the phone for you. Um, thank you, Jesus. Michael said, "I'm never going to stop being a Christian. Being Christian, you have to know some pastors are wolves in sheep's clothing."
Come on.
Hmm.
The devil know the Bible inside and out too.
He was there.
Right.
He was there.
Okay, and you're right. There's so many pastors, unfortunately, out there. It's not on a pulpit for a calling. They're on the pulpit for some money and to be
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
seen, or because that looks cool. I want to do that.
And social media really messed it up.
Child, yeah. Everybody and their mama want to be somebody prophet.
Right.
Mhm. Like
And
I saw a video, I think it was a TikTok
Mhm.
of a guy and he was like, he was a pastor and he was like, I feel so good right now, like I just did a line of
I
the
saw
coca,
I saw that too.
and then started singing the song and couldn't even forgot the words in the middle of the song. I'm like, what type of foolishness is this?
And Bianca, did it not look like he had just left the bathroom?
Come on. He was talking
Child,
about he never did it in real life. I said, I beg the differ.
that.
I would beg to differ, but hey,
he
that's your life, not mine.
he might have not done it within the past 20 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Child. Miss Kim says I'm ready for that CK news cycle to cease. Agreed, but I know they're gonna drag this thing down to hell because
You, you know they will.
Organized chaos.
they're
I
over here talking about memorials and stuff like what the
Organized chaos. That's what I believe.
she says I'm not tuned into it at all and I'm still hearing about it. Exactly. I just want it to go away. Y'all see that man's yellow hand in the okay. Um I'm not gonna say too much more because that's not nice. That's not nice. And I'm leave that there. We'll talk about that later and after Bianca catches her breath. Anyway,
Oh.
um Miss Kim says, Miss Pastor Stephen Furtrick, I used to like him, but he lost me with that dumb statement. Yeah. Like, sir, way to tell on yourself. Like, no wonder. He's Michael said LMAO. I was like, is that Clay? Oh. Oh,
Oh.
I look like a mannequin. Okay, so I'm telling you the things people think that they're gonna get by you. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They think you ain't paying no attention. They think, boy, we ain't gonna do too much more of that. But yes, you better watch out. You better watch out. Watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Mm-mm.
Because not everybody, and I'm not just talking about pastors, not everybody is here for your growth. Not everybody is here to make sure your salvation is on point. Not everybody is here to make sure that your relationship with Christ is great. Because that's why you don't see a whole lot of pastors talk about read the book for yourself. Because if you were able to get all of that stuff for yourself, they would think that you don't have to come into this church house to give me your
Mm-hmm.
money.
Hmm.
Mm. Um, movies with Justice says we losing Bianca over there. Yeah, child, she going through it, but she'll be all right. um, one thing, another thing that I will say, just it's along the same lines, but just continue to learn Christ for yourself. Continue
Hmm.
to learn Him for yourself, because I love the moments when you're able to listen to people talk and you say, "Huh? Jesus said that." Excuse me. Okay. And just when I thought we were going to be here for 15 minutes, look at here. We talked for a good about an hour. Look at Jonathan. He said,
I always know better. I don't never believe it. Never. Never. Now it has happened once or twice,
it
maybe,
has.
maybe once or twice, but I always expect to be here until 10 o'clock. So I
You're
don't
right.
get disappointed.
There's been even times when I've been sick. I was like, well, we're going to be here for a little bit, but I just kept on talking all nasally and stuff, no matter what. But I'm happy that we have a safe space like this, which is why sometimes I'm like, I don't need to be huge because I need to be able to say what I want to say to people that understand me and that think along the same lines as me. Because if well, I mean, I'll be blocking people, but you know,
You know I'll be windmilling.
I'm all right. I'm all right with what we got, man. And if the Lord sees fit for us to continue to grow, I have no problem with that. I just want to remind y'all not crazy. I see it, you see it, we all see it. There's a lot of people that refuse to see what's going on,
Mm.
And that's their problem.
and that is forever their problem. And another thing, don't get down on yourself because you have horrible management. Maybe that was just for me. Ooh, I didn't pay me no mind. But anywho, not everything is your fault. The things that you want to go well, sometimes it didn't go well because you didn't have good management,
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay.
You know I understand that.
Moves with Justin says I've blocked everyone but Jesus. That's my problem now.
That's right.
I know that's right.
There should be a song called Jesus is not on my block list. Or I'll put Satan on my block list. That sounds like a good one. Anywho, I love you guys for continuing to um go with me here and continuing to help me decompress on Mondays, because Lord knows I come to y'all with nothing, but apparently I have something to talk about. Um thank y'all for coming. I give y'all a high five. Y'all made it through Monday. I love y'all. I love y'all a whole lot. Please don't stop praying. Please don't stop praying. Please don't stop praying. Pray for your protection and continue to pray for discernment so that you can go to the right way, because things are crazy out that door.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So let the Holy Spirit lead and guide you in on every the ways that you go. If you're doing a lot of driving out throughout the day, if you got to drive, commute to work and stuff like that, ask God for what you need. All right? So that you can continue to be all right. I love you and I want you to rise. And one last thing, I promise you, one last thing. Continue to pray like you know you have power. As long as you have Jesus Christ in your heart and soul, you have a power within you.
Hmm.
So I need you to pray like you got power. Pray like you know it's going to come out of your mouth. Pray like you know that the things that's coming out your mouth are going to come to pass because Jesus Christ is within you. Remember that, like, before you start praying, remember that Jesus is in you and his power is within you. So the words that's coming out your mouth are going to come to pass. If you could
Mhm.
only drink that Kool-Aid, sip it just a little bit more or more often, I'm telling you, things are going to move and shift in ways that you've never seen before. Continue to pray like you know you got power. I promise I'm done.
Get
Um,
a shirt.
pray like you know you got the power.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have to do that for sure. Movies with Justice says, "Thank you for tonight and creating this space." Absolutely, we're so happy to
Thank you
have
so much
you.
for being here, Justin. It just always lightens my heart to see all of you guys in the comments. But it was awesome to see you in the comments, Justin, for sure.
Absolutely, good to see you, Michael. So happy to see you,
Good to
Michael.
see you, Michael, too, as well. Love you, Michael.
Love you, Michael. And movies with Justice says, "Night, everyone." I will say good night to you guys as well. With these good feelings I have, that's why it's so difficult for me to leave y'all. I love how y'all make me feel and how I feel when I speak to you guys. It's always a good moment, a good vibe. That's what the children say. I'm 40. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
everybody.